Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Atlanta Radio Theater Company's first performance with a live audience since I don't even remember when. So this is tremendously exciting. We come to you now through the magic of video and audio recording, but tomorrow we will be live streaming our performance to the Here Now Festival, the Audio Drama and Arts Festival, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So those of you who are here, you're welcome to come on over. For the LibertyCon folks, you won't hear this until after that performance, so sorry you missed it. On the programming schedule tonight, we will begin with Rory Rammer's Space Marshal, the Return of Dr Marceau by Rory and Butler, and then our main attraction, Exiles to Glory, based on the novel by Jerry Pournelle and adapted for audio by James Palmer, with assistance from William Allen Rich and Rory and Butler. Thank you all for coming. And now, we will begin tonight's performance in 5, 4, 3,
Hey kids, it's time again for Rory Rammer, Space Marshal! Come away with us now to the far-off future days of 1985 AD, after men have landed on the moon, when Space Marshal Rory Rammer and his sidekick, Skip Sagan, guard the rule of law and the rights of the innocent.
From the skies of Earth to the orbit of the moon!
And now, for today's episode, The Return of Dr. Marceau. Join us in the office of Marshal Rory Rammer aboard the space station J. Edgar Hoover as we hear Brevet Marshal Skip Sagan say,
Rory, I need an executive decision.
Oh, morning, Skip. About what?
This. A request from the Committee of Public Safety on Pallas.
Pallas? Ever since the revolution, about all we've heard from Pallas is, buzz off, fascist oppressors.
Well, this is a request, a polite request, to use the Space Marshal's modus operandi evaluator.
Oh, the Mo?
With attached data package, which I ran.
If the Pallasites are being polite, they must be awful worried about something. What did the data look like?
Stolen pharmaceuticals, biochemical stocks delivered to dummy addresses, funny trace elements showing up in their life support filters.
Drugs?
Maybe illicit medical procedures at the outside, biological warfare.
Well, that last one is worrisome. Did Mo come up with any suspects?
A few, and one big one. Here.
She's dead. Who's your number 2?
Gregor the Bean Man Mendel. Only a 6% correlation.
And he's in jail. But it can't be her. We saw her die. The Venusian cops even recovered some bone scraps.
Oh, I agree. 1 second, she was sprinting across the mutant, quote-unquote, lawn of her Venusian hideout. The next, that monstrosity had eaten her and belched.
But Mo says it's 9 chances out of 10 that she's alive and up to something out in the asteroid belt.
91.3%.
Think the Pallasites are worried enough to let the Silver Star pay a visit?
I would be. I am.
Ah, Dr. Marceau. Dr. Rene Marceau. Of all the mad geneticists in all the solar system, why did you have to cross my desk again? Okay, Skip, ring up the State Department and get our paperwork in order. We're going to Pallas.
You have arrived at the prime spaceport of the enlightened state of Pallas. All Enlightenment citizens report to Immigration Control. Non-citizens remain in place until you have been cleared to enter the territory of enlightenment.
Your papers?
Morning, I'm Marshal Rammer. This is...
Your papers.
Here.
I am Coronet Sophocles Dynamo, the port inspector. You will address me as Coronet.
Right.
The dates on your papers are in pre-Enlightenment format. Today is not July 15th. It is Thermidor 22 of the year 0. However, I will overlook the irregularity this time.
Thank you.
Aside from this nonconformity, your papers are acceptable. I noticed you smiling at my name. Before you enter Enlightenment territory, you should be aware that all citizens have adopted new names more congruent with our glorious revolutionary principles.
Got it.
At the instructions of the Commissariat of Revolutionary Justice, I am releasing you into the close custody of Legate Thales Nanometer here.
Hi.
Questions?
Will we be required to wear our underwear on the outside?
Problematic humor is severely punished in the enlightened zone. This interaction is concluded.
I have always had a soft spot in my heart for Thales of Miletus.
Me too. That's why I picked the moniker. Look, if it's just us three, you can call me Jack. Used to be Sergeant Jack Tunney, Pallas PD, back before things got all enlightened.
Good to meet you, Jack.
Skip Sagan, Brevet Marshal.
Likewise. Whoa, don't try to shake hands. It's considered militaristic.
So who was Sophocles Dynamo before he was Sophocles Dynamo?
Bernie Hauser, a
Sphincter?
political agitator. That's why he got the plum job as port inspector.
I'm surprised he didn't keep us standing around for 6 hours just on general principles.
He would have, but the virtuocracy is in an uproar about the data package we sent you. It's red hot. Sufficiently hot that Dirk Horonet is afraid of getting burned.
So you got the hot potato.
And I don't even own a pair of gloves.
So you're a local police liaison?
That's the Commissariat of Revolutionary Justice. Please.
I'll try and keep up.
Did your computer come up with any suspects?
One big one, Dr. René Marceau.
Who?
I guess you're too young to remember her. Rogue French genetic engineer.
And mime.
Only in her spare time. Back in 1978, she was illegally working on a mutated squid-snail hybrid in a basement in Marseille. It got away from her and grew to 75 feet tall
23 meters.
Thanks.
and tore down the Eiffel Tower before the French army could kill it with anti-tank missiles.
Borrowed from the Poles, and she vanished. Everyone figured the squid snail mutant had killed her.
3 years later, Skip and I ran across her in the swamps of Venus. She was planning to cover the planetary bog with a solid surface.
A web of mutant squid snail.
She seems to have a thing for squids and snails. I never heard about this. What happened?
Skip and I were able to call in a constabulary strike team, and we saw Marceau killed. Or so we thought.
She was running for the swamp across her estate's mutant lawn when
Well, it sure looked like the lawn.
ate her.
So she vanished. Again. And nobody found that suspicious?
Some bone fragments were found. Looked like an open and shut case for her being dead and digested.
But now you think she's behind these thefts and hijackings?
That's what Mo says. Incredible as it seems, 90% plus probability.
Well, it gives us some idea of what we're up against.
Up against?
That's the other reason Dynamo didn't want to mess with you. We correlated that information we sent you and narrowed it down to a big storage unit in the Underdocks area. I've had it staked out with a squad of Harmony counselors for the last 3 days.
Harmony counselors?
Formerly the SWAT team.
Gotcha.
If it really is this Marceau maniac, at least we have some idea of what we're up against. Other big open question. What's she up to?
I don't know. But I'd lay down good money it has something to do with escargot and calamari.
Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien.
Dr. Rory Marceau, stand where you are. You are under arrest for
Où le rapport sexuel a lieu?
the Commissariat of Revolutionary Justice, Legate Thales.
Hein? Oh, le flic!
And the United States Space Marshals.
Marshal Rammer! And your little cadet, too.
Brevet Marshal.
Congratulations on the promotion, Brun, mon petit. What can I do for you today?
Putting your hands up would be a good start, Marceau.
Alas, Marshal, a problem presents itself. I have only the one.
Rory, she only has one hand.
No flies on you, Brevet Marshal Sagan?
How did that happen, Marceau?
After I fell through the lawn at my research facility on Venus,
We thought the lawn ate you.
a happy misapprehension on your part. I simply fell through and made my escape into the swamp that night. Unfortunately, my left hand was bitten off by a vermicious knid in the process.
Well, that explains the bone fragments.
More to the point, that's a test tube in her good hand.
What's in the test tube, Marceau? Another scheme for world domination?
Now, just a minute. I am getting a little weary of being accused of plotting world domination when I am doing nothing of this sort.
Your mutant squid snail her.
How could I dominate the world with a single 20-meter mollusk, huh? That was just an unfortunate imbalance in the poor thing's growth hormones. The rest was libels of the gutter media.
You were trying to terraform Venus. You were going to give it a dry service. You boasted that's what you were going to do.
I do not boast. I explained to you at the time that I was facilitating the spread of French culture into the cosmos.
The Venusians might have objected to that, you know.
You think so? Not even the Venusians like Venus. They would emigrate to Terra en masse if they did not find it too cold. No, I would have been hailed as a bienfaitrice.
All right. So you're not trying to set yourself up as Queen of Space. What's in the test tube?
A little personal project. A tailored virus that massively enhances the regenerative powers of the human body. Its utility should be obvious.
You want to regrow your hand.
Full marks and a gold star, Cadet. I was just about to try it out.
Then it will be of astounding benefit to the human race. Later. For now, put the test tube down and back away.
Oh, you want to take it away? I think not.
Seal the door! Seal the door!
My God, Marceau, what have you done?
Oh, calm yourself, Marshal. The virus lives only a few minutes in the open air. But I believe we have all acquired a hefty dose in the meantime.
What's going to happen to us?
Less than I hoped for so far. All I feel is a slight tingling in my stomach when I had anticipated a... Regardez! My hand, my beautiful new hand!
Seems kind of small.
Naturellement! Over the next 24 hours, it will grow to full size and complete the regeneration process. How wonderful!
That doesn't solve our problem. We're all swarming with virus. We have to stay sealed in here forever.
Not...
What's wrong, Doctor? You look uncomfortable.
I am. Suddenly I find myself in the market for a brazier with 3 cups.
You grew another...
Yes, one of those. You so say. 2 are enough trouble. Cadet Sagan, relax. It is not unusual for a young man to grow a foot.
Not that way. Get a hold of yourself, Skip.
Oh, great. A second nose.
At least they both point down. Otherwise, post-nasal drip would be a bummer.
Very funny.
Not really. You seem more amused than the situation warrants, Marceau.
That is because I know.
Additional thumbs, 1 per hand. Well, that'll be...
Handy.
Ha ha. Your humor is... Calm down, Skip. It can't be that bad.
My pants! In my pants! It looks like there's a bunch of bananas!
Damn it, Marceau, your reaction is grossly inappropriate.
No, it is not. Because I know something you don't know.
What?
First, I propose a deal. In return for the patent rights to my virus, the enlightened state of Pallas will drop all charges, past and present, known and unknown, pertaining to my activities here.
I think I can promise that. The medical tourism possibilities alone.
Exactement.
That won't get the United States Department of Justice off your tail, Marceau.
The enlightened state has no extradition duty with les États Unis. I can bide my time.
She's right, Rory.
This is pointless. We're still locked in a storage module swarming with virus, a collection of contaminated freaks.
And here is what I know that you do not. A topical injection of antiviral agent into the new growth will cause them to shrivel and drop off in a few hours and cleanse the virus from our bloodstream.
Oh, and you have this antiviral agent available?
It's in the bottom drawer. Zoot! What sort of idiot would use a tailored virus without having the counteragent at hand?
Join us next time when we hear Dr. Marceau say...
Bien, very well, Cadet. Drop trow, and I will inject antivirus into your superfluous, appendages. Zut alors! Which one is the original?
The biggest one, of course.
That's next time on Rory Rammer Space Marshal!
Thank you, everyone. So, a remarkable thing happened in that last script. We had a part where 3 actors all had to say the same word at the same time, and we were actually able to do it. That doesn't happen on virtual rehearsals. Trust me on that one. All right, now for our main attraction, we will be doing Exiles to Glory based on the novel by Jerry Pournelle. This is part of our Sound of Liberty series, where we will be adapting classic science fiction that exemplifies the Bill of Rights. So you can look forward to more in that series, but currently you can buy Lone Star Planet by H. Beam Piper, adapted by Ron N. Butler. You can get that from our website, artc.org. And now I would like to invite the cast for Exiles to Glory up to the microphones so that we may begin in 5, 4, 3.
Our guest today is District Attorney Malone. Statistics show a marked rise of severe bodily damage, even death, caused by street crime across Greater LA. Ms. Malone, how does your office intend to address this crisis?
There is an ironclad statistical correlation between poverty and violent crime. Poor people naturally react when society denies them access to the necessities of life.
Then you are saying that the county is not providing sufficient welfare?
No. Of course not. But injustice in society leads to violence in the streets, purely as a reaction.
The police I have interviewed claim that these are planned assaults coordinated by criminal gangs.
Many of the so-called gang members are under 18. They deserve our sympathy, not police intervention. That's the story you should be covering.
And the Asian girls? Malibu Crips? Green Fence?
Green Fence does not exist. It's a fairy tale that reactionaries tell each other to justify their criminal assaults on homeless people and starving children. The solution is easy. Just be careful and avoid dark alleys.
Hey, man, give me money.
Okay, pal, calm down. Okay, here's my wallet.
Deucey, rub him over. Get in the alley.
Why?
Just do it.
All right. What are you doing? That's lighter fluid.
You catch on quick.
Light him up, Deucey.
No!
No garbage lid's gonna stop us.
Thinks he's a knight or something.
I was.
Light him up.
Watch out, Deucey!
Deucey! What the hell? Wake up!
Run!
Get back here!
Hey, you'll pay for Deucey! You hear? You'll pay!
Who is it?
Detective Sergeant Mason, LAPD. Open up.
Hang on.
Kevin Senecal, we recovered a wallet with your ID inside it.
Great. Please come in.
Here. No money, but you have your ID back. Oh, pretty cat. Persian?
Burmese. His name's Snowball. He only rubs up against people he likes.
The missus wants one. Too bad I'm allergic.
Oh, sorry. I'll,
Don't bother. I won't be here long.
Where'd you find my wallet?
A thug had it at the hospital. He was there with his dead friend.
Dead?
The live-in said some guy attacked his friend and him with a garbage can lid. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Your security report says you were in the for the Society for Creative Anachronism. Lettered on your college football team.
I didn't. I don't.
Relax, kid. I can put two and two together. They mugged you, tried to kill you, and you took care of one of them.
It was an accident.
I get it. Not for attribution, but I think you did the city a favor. But the city doesn't see it that way, especially our new DA.
What do you mean?
The DA is a soft touch for a police-involved youth.
They were going to burn me alive!
I know, kid. Like I said, 2 and 2. I'll code this as an accident, and the DA won't ever notice it against the background level of bloodshed.
Oh.
That's one problem down. You got one more.
What's that?
That ganger you killed was Green Fence.
Green... Oh, God, no.
Oh, you've heard of them. Good. Saves me a really scarifying data dump. So you're at UCLA.
Yeah, engineering major, systems,
Exactly when do you graduate?
in 2 weeks.
Perfect. For the next 2 weeks, grow eyes in the back of your head. You can do that for 2 weeks, can't you?
Sure.
Where were you going? After graduation, that is.
I've been trying to get a job with one of the outer space mining companies.
Perfect. Green Fence's reach is pretty long, but I think it peters out about the orbit of the moon. Just lay low until you can get off-world and, well, you might be okay.
Can't you arrest? They tried to kill me.
He claims he found it in the trash. We had barely enough to hold him for a few hours.
He's not in jail? None of them are in jail?
Probably out wreaking havoc as we speak.
They tried to kill me.
If the DA knew the identity of the alleged victim, he'd want you arrested for murdering a child. Sorry.
I see. Good thing I'm almost done here, I guess.
It's life in 21st century LA, kid.
Dr. Farrington?
Ah, Mr. Senecal, Kevin, come in. What can I do for my best engineering student? Why the panic?
It's about my course requirements. The registrar's office called me this afternoon. They said I don't have 3 prerequisites, so I can't graduate on time.
What? That doesn't sound right. Let me see your ID. Well, you did have those courses at your community college, but somebody went in and disallowed their transfer to UCLA last week. It's nonsense, of course.
Then you can fix it.
Probably not. Professors used to have some authority here, but now the rules are the rules.
Oh, not you, too.
Enhance your calm. No need to get riled up, especially with me. I can fix it so you can start taking graduate courses while you redo those preregs. Then we've just...
I really appreciate it, but I can't.
I wasn't finished. I have some buddies out at Systems Development Corporation.
I still can't. What you're offering is amazing, but I can't stay in Los Angeles.
Why not?
Short story, Green Fence is after me.
Green Fence? Good Lord, son, what did you... Never mind, I don't want to know. But I can guess. Your psyche eval here says you're prone to violence.
I don't.
You've got some other problems, too. Pathological individuality. Kind of a misfit, aren't you?
No, I get along.
Oh, darn, the computer's hung. Hang on a second, Kevin.
What happened?
It's unplugged. I should have thought of this sooner. Listen, you tell anyone I told you this and I'll deny it.
Of course, ma'am. What?
Senecal, last week, the university psych boys changed the status of those prerequisites.
What?
They have decided you're not ready to graduate.
But why?
Not mature enough, not group adjusted, a rule breaker, and a security risk.
What can I do? I'm screwed.
I may have an out for you. Look over this brochure. These people are looking for good general systems engineers, and they just care about ability. You have plenty of that. You don't have any experience, but I'll recommend you.
Daedalus Corporation? That's a deep space outfit. I mean deep. The asteroid belt.
And they're hungry. Want me to talk to them for you?
Gosh, I don't know. The asteroid belt? I pictured one of the orbital factories, or maybe the moon. No one ever comes back from the belt.
Not yet. But they're doing something out there important on the belt, Kevin. They're going to build a whole new civilization, and maybe save this one in the bargain.
But they've never brought anything back.
No. And if they don't, soon things will be bad for the asteroid industries, and then for the rest of us.
I just don't know. I never really thought about the belt. Sorry.
It is a long jump into an alien situation. I wish I was young enough to go. Look, come see me again in a couple of days. Maybe I can think of something else.
Really? All right, thanks. I just can't wait around here for a whole other year, not with the Green Fence out to... Snowball? Snowball? Those Green Fence bastards, those bastards! I'll get you. I'll get all of you.
Ah, jeez. I hoped I'd get here before you. Your landlady called us.
They nailed him to the door. They nailed my cat to the...
Give me your keys. Stay here. coast is clear, Kevin. Come inside.
Nothing's disturbed? They didn't trash the place?
Nope, not this time. They just wanted to send you a little love note. The first of...
I suppose my dead cat isn't evidence either.
Sure, it's evidence of a childish prank. Deprived children often express aggression as cruelty.
Children?
We must weigh the importance of human life.
Children?
Kid, I'm just quoting from the manual. The DA.
They're no better than animals.
Sure, kid. You know when I know it. Then make sure the DA and judges believe it.
I'll get them. I'll get every one of
Drop
them.
it. Get your degree. Get out of LA. Find yourself a good job and forget that all of this...
But it's not fair.
God, that word. Look, we've only got so many cops to go around, and the green fence won't forget that you killed one of theirs.
Thank you, Detective Mason. I need to make a call. Somebody has that job for me. I think I should take it.
Welcome to Eye on Tomorrow. I'm your host, Alan Wilbanks, and today we are privileged to have with us the CEO of Hansen Enterprises, the most powerful woman in the solar system, Lori Jo Hansen, with her consort, Aeneas McKenzie.
I prefer the word partner.
And you can call me anything you want to. Alan, everyone else has.
And with good reason. But that's not why we're here today. Soon, the rocket ship Wayfarer launches for what I'm told is a very special rendezvous with the asteroid Ceres.
Yes, we are sending additional tools, computers, and tech to prepare a large shipment of metals and exotic elements to be sent back to Earth orbit.
I'm sure your stockholders will be overjoyed to get something back from outer space, for a change. But there has been a groundswell of controversy about your method of shipping those materials, and about the materials themselves.
Controversy is everywhere nowadays. We are simply launching a small body containing materials we have mined from Ceres, and with its own supply of nickel and iron.
And by small body, you mean an asteroid.
That's what you find in the asteroid belt, Alan. Asteroids.
What guarantee do you have that this pilotless, unmanned asteroid will not hit the Earth or the Moon?
Extensive past experience in moving smaller bodies. We have run the ballistic calculations hundreds of times.
When it gets to Earth's orbit, Earth will be a quarter of the way around the sun. No chance of collision.
Such certainty. Why?
Newton's laws of motion?
The same Newton who was a religious heretic and alchemist.
And gay. Are you impugning the legacy of a gay mathematical genius, Alan?
If we do need to make a course correction, we have a stock of thrusters to nudge it in any direction we wish.
I'm so glad you brought up the thrusters you plan to use.
Sweet Saint
Your
Margaret.
thrusters are actually fusion devices, aren't they? That is a hydrogen bomb.
Yes. We use a battery of small fusion charges to nudge the small asteroid into a transfer orbit.
Resulting in lingering radioactivity, won't it?
Small amounts, from the small fission exploders that set off the fusion reaction. And the passengers will be far away from any possible radiation.
Passengers? That's new. Do tell.
A few scientists and workers will be aboard the asteroid, so it's not unmanned, as you put it.
Astounding! You dragooned a gaggle of poor miners to ride a hydrogen bomb back to Earth.
They're volunteers. Quarters on the asteroid will be considerably roomier than any spacecraft.
I certainly wouldn't volunteer.
And we would not think of asking you.
By the way, the word unmanned is sexist.
Hey there, excuse me while I shove this in your overhead.
Oh, hello.
You going up on the Wayfarer?
I think, yes I am.
Yeah, me too. Bill Dykes, put her there.
Kevin Senecal.
Pleased to meet you. What are you looking for?
I wish they had windows back here. I'd like to see Baja.
Not much to see. Some railroads, power lines, highways. Used to be only one road down here. Why build a spaceport here?
It's the location, further south than Canaveral, so there's more eastward velocity. Takes less energy to get the pods up into orbit. Sorry, you know all this. You been up before?
Oh yeah. 3 years on the General Motors factory satellite. I took my leave and I went.
You must have saved a lot.
IRS got most of it. Then I couldn't get a dirt side job. My union's full of one-earthers. They beat me up. When I got a non-union job, the regular union thugs would beat me up as a scab. So I took what was left and I headed for here.
So you're going to the belt?
Yep, same as you. What in the world are you so nervous about?
I didn't know it was that obvious. Have you been up in a laser pod before?
Yeah, 4 times. I lived through all but the second one.
Huh?
That one killed me. Oh man, nothing to it.
Yeah, nothing. Oh, excuse me. Need to make a phone call before we get going. Hello, Professor Farrington?
Alice Farrington is not available. Please identify yourself.
Detective Mason?
Senecal? No. Senecal. Kevin Senecal.
Detective Mason? What? Has something happened to Dr. Farrington?
Oh, where are you, Kevin?
About to take off for Baja. I got a job with the Daedalus Corporation out in the belt.
Good. When do you leave?
Detective Mason, what's going on?
Hate to tell you this, but your Professor Farrington was gunned down in her office parking lot this morning.
Oh, my God.
Listen, you get on that ship and don't let anything stop you. Good luck. Goodbye.
Bad news?
Arriving passengers, please exit to the right. First-time pod passengers, please report to the training center by following the green line. Experienced passengers may be...
I always loved watching the pods launch.
Oh, sorry, I was just...
No, look. Over there. On the right. That pod's going up in another minute.
Laser thrusters, right?
Hundreds of them. All focused on that one giant mirror. See the rail up above it? It brings the capsules out over the mirror where the laser zaps the air at their bases and...
Whoa! Did you see that? Looks like it was flicked into the sky on an
infinite beam of blue-green fire.
Jeez. It still looks like black magic.
Blue-green magic.
Excuse me. Are you planning to go in one of those pods?
Yeah, why?
They may be an unreliable, dangerous mode of transportation.
But cheap. I wish I could have afforded the shuttle.
Me too.
Lack of pecuniary resources should not jeopardize your safety. Here's my card. If you have any trouble, Martin Pacifico, attorney at law.
Kevin Senecal, thanks.
Ellen McMillan.
Don't hesitate to contact me. Good day.
Ambulance chaser.
So, you going all the way to Ceres alone?
Yeah, why not?
No reason.
Let me guess, you don't approve of women going to the belt?
No, that's not what
Because that's man's work. Well, you know what, Buster? I'm going whether you approve or not.
Hey, that's not what I meant. Oh, to hell with her.
Kev, hey, buddy!
Wiley Ralston? I haven't seen you since you graduated last year. What are you doing here?
Ceres, same as you.
Wayfarer?
Duh, yeah, it's the only ship. You going up to orbit in the afternoon wave? Right up with me.
Can't. I'm ticketed to go up, well, right about now. When are you going?
Oh, got some things to arrange. You going up now? Not in the first capsule, though.
Sure, get it over with.
Old Spacer saying, don't go first and don't be last. See you aboard the Wayfarer.
Here's my papers. You loaded the launch pads yet?
Sure, wait. You alone?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
The pod holds two. We send you up in pairs.
Oh, of course. I'll be patient.
You go on to pod 984. I'll send another person along when they come.
Okay.
Oh, hi again.
Check, check. Hear me all right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Good. Now you wait, then you go. Nothing tricky. The capsule is pressurized. When you make orbit, wait until a crewman comes and opens the can. Then, and not before, you pull that big lever above you. It disconnects you from the air capsule systems, and you'll be on your own air supply. You got 2 hours of air in the capsule and another hour in your tanks. I'm closing you in now. Keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times. 984, go.
Feels like a lot of weight on us.
3 G's at least. Now I know what a spitball feels like. At the very end of it, he turns and he says, "You asked me if I know Pancho Villa? We had lunch together."
Lunch?
Okay, you must have heard that story before.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Hey, let me apologize again for earlier.
Don't worry about it.
What outfit you with?
None. I'm paying my own way.
Is that why you're taking the hard way up instead of the passenger shuttle?
I couldn't afford the shuttle.
But you can afford a ticket to Ceres. Why are you going there?
Seemed like a good idea at the time. No, I'm not a bad engineer, Kevin, even if you don't approve of women in your business.
I never said.
And I didn't like the offers I was getting from the orbital factories, so I scrapped up enough and bought a ticket.
Out to make your fortune pioneering.
That's right. Ooh, I see you don't approve.
Sure I approve. Do you always worry this much about whether people...
Well, you're going, why can't I?
How long has it been since they launched us? My watch is inside my suit.
And I don't wear one. We do seem to be behind schedule. Let's try the radio.
Funny. No indicator light. Does it even work? Hey out there, this is capsule 984. Anyone? Over.
I'm not even hearing static.
What now?
We have our suit radios.
Yeah, but the capsule's a Faraday cage. We'll have to get outside to get any good out of them. I can't open the hatch.
Let's both try. And pull!
Oh, wait. Capsule's pressurized. We can't open against the air pressure.
I never thought they'd do it like this.
Huh? Who'd do what this way?
Oh, nothing. So we need to bleed off the pressure.
There's a drill on my tool belt, charged. Okay, a tiny hole should do it. And there goes our air supply.
We'd better hurry. Try the hatch again.
Wait. We should wait until the pressure's equalized anyway. We don't want to get blown out.
How long will that take?
No idea. I've never done this before.
That's a lot of help. Try it now.
All right. And here it comes.
Oh, it's working.
Hang on to something. Okay, now what?
Stick your head out and try your radio. I'll hold on to your harness.
Mayday. This is capsule 984, waiting for pickup. Nothing.
The radios are too weak and we're too far away.
Yeah, I can see the station and another capsule between us and it.
Well, what are you thinking?
If my tether's long enough, I may be able to hop to that other capsule.
It sounds dangerous.
Our capsule air's gone. There's less than an hour in our suits. If we wait here, we're dead anyway. I'd rather die doing something instead of sitting around waiting. What do you say?
All right.
Okay, give me your hand. Now hook your other tether here next to mine.
Now we jump.
Me first. Hook your other tether to me, and I'll pull you over.
Be careful.
Thanks. Here we go. Whoa.
You're okay?
Yeah. Okay, jump. I'll pull you over.
All right. Oh.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm hooked on. Try the radio at the station again.
Mayday. This is capsule...
984.
Capsule 984. Is anyone there?
Kevin, these capsules are all yellow. That means they're cargo capsules. Crew pods are red and white checkerboard.
Damn, you're right. We must have gotten mixed in with them somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
Mayday call, this is Station Control. What's your emergency?
They heard us!
Station Control. We were the passengers on capsule 984, but we ended up with the cargo capsules.
Where are you? Turn on your helmet light so we can see you.
Will do.
Got you. Hang tight. There's a scooter going out for pickup.
Please hurry, only 10 minutes of air.
Copy. Scooter is on its way.
And then we jumped to a cargo capsule and called on the watch frequency.
Geez, that's crazy.
What I want to know is, how did this happen?
I don't know. Must be some big foul up down at ground control.
But why wasn't the radio working?
Or the emergency disconnect.
Or even the manual air bleed?
Well, all I can say is this has never happened before.
I would appreciate it if you'd look into it.
And we've just enough time to fetch your gear and get you on the scooter for the Wayfair. Miss Macmillan, H1.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Senecal, F12.
Bingo?
This is where we split up. See you around.
Okay. F12. I know that's supposed to mean something, but it doesn't.
F for Fox Deck, Stateroom 12. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
All passengers, 14 minutes to boost. Repeat, 14 minutes to boost.
No, hey, look out. Wow, this ship is really crowded.
The specs say the Wayfarer was designed for 60 passengers. Nevertheless, it is carrying twice that, plus 8 crew.
Hi there. Is this stateroom 12?
What's the number on the door say?
12?
Then this must be stateroom 12, unless some malcontent has switched the number on the door.
They told me I'm supposed to bunk here.
Which would require mucho effort since the digits are etched into the panel. Looks like we're companions of the spaceways. Men call me Jacob Norsdahl.
Kevin Senecal, I see you're already using the room's screen.
I am engaged in the dire task of discouraging Klingons from obliterating Starfleet.
Huh?
I'm playing a war game. I'll try not to monopolize the screen. You are most welcome to join me in battle at any time.
Thanks. Don't think I'll have much downtime, though. Got to study up for Ceres. I'll use the screen in my bunk.
And, of course, you'll be scheduled for on-board duties as well. We all must toil to ensure our arrival on Ceres.
Sounds, great. Who are you with?
I have pledged my fealty to Interplanet.
That's the big Zurich company that has one of the bases on Ceres, right? What do you do for them?
Tell the computers where to go. I'm a programmer.
No offense, but you don't look like a spaceman.
My mighty girth has not eluded your canny eye. 'Tis what the Interplanet minions noted when I applied. But in space, no one can say me nay, for my weight is 0 in 0G.
Yeah?
Plus, a 10-year supply of freeze-dried insulin doesn't have that much mass.
Good.
I'm hoping to get a shipwide game of Star Trek The Borg Wars going in a couple of days.
Knock, knock. Which one of you is Kevin Senecal?
That's me.
I'm George Lang, senior dataless employee aboard. That makes me your boss.
Pleased to meet you.
Your activation code and the list of the training you must pass.
Oh, looks like a lot of reading.
It's just the start. We don't have time for games. We're expected to hit the ground running when we get to Ceres.
In microgravity? Tricky.
And we've got months to swat up, George, so lay off. Hey, Kevin, Jacob, I, for one, am ready for some gaming.
Come, join me up here the ceiling, fellow adventurer.
And it's my duty, scratch that, my pleasure to remind you former groundhogs that each of you has shipboard assignments. This isn't a luxury cruise. You will have to work. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's almost impossible, and sometimes it's just full of shit. I'll check on you later, Senecal. Don't disappoint me.
Is he for real?
Oh, yes. Daedalus is so near the edge that if this ship doesn't make like the Golden Hind, nobody may ever invest in asteroid mining again.
I guess I better start studying then.
That's the spirit. Stout heart, no pressure.
You know, Ellen, my boss said there'd be jobs like this on the ship, but I didn't take it literally.
What do you mean? Oh, because we have to muck out the sewer. I take it this is your first time here at the Meadow Fresh Hygienic Algae Farm?
Is that what they call it here?
Well, it really does grow algae. And it's not so bad. I once had to do it 3 weeks running.
You're lying.
Yeah, I am, but I have done this before. Ooh, on that shift, my partner was that shyster Pacifico. I remember that because he was so unpacific. He ranted about the germs.
The algae?
Yeah, he kept threatening to sue the captain and the company.
Oh, him.
Yeah, the more he complained, the more I started to like the algae farm.
Really?
Well, yeah, that's still pretty gross.
Then let's be about it.
And you can tell me how you wound up in this cesspool for your sins.
And you see, that's why I had to get out of LA ASAP.
That's horrible.
That's everything about me, and I don't know anything about you.
Not much to tell. I was raised in an orphanage, went through several foster homes, managed to get an engineering degree and a series of jobs, all dead end. I could see I wasn't going anywhere, so I took my savings, meager, sold everything I owned, borrowed everything I could, bought a ticket to Ceres, and departed in a cloud of debt.
Was that quite legal?
Another thing you don't approve of? Put it like this. If I go back to Earth, I'd probably go straight into debtor's prison.
Let me tighten up those connections.
Oh, I can't. Oh. Yeah, my hands are a mess.
Use the cleaner. I'll tighten.
Thanks. Ready for pressure?
Hang on. Everything takes twice as long in 0G, but I have gotten really good at doing somersaults.
An acrobat now.
Okay, go.
No leaks. Space plumbers to the rescue. Let's hit those decontamination showers. I think my suit's clean. Can you check the back of my knees?
Good to go.
Great to be free of all that slime.
And the smell.
And the stink. Here, have some mouthwash. It'll help.
Oh, you have done this before.
Once, and now I come prepared. Ooh, lean down. I don't think you washed your mouth out very well.
What?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, open your mouth a little. There, perfect.
That was a surprise.
That was very nice, but...
But?
Well, this isn't a private place. I'm not a monkey in a zoo.
You certainly don't look like one.
Liar. I do. We both do. Our faces are swollen. Our lips are chapped.
True.
I'm getting pimples.
But irrelevant. We knew that would happen.
Didn't think I'd look this awful.
You look all right to me. More than all right.
Kevin, I don't want to stop either, but that's all we're going to do.
Aw.
No, don't look at me like a hurt little boy. I like you, Kevin, but that's just the trouble. I can't afford emotional attachments. I've got too much to do at Ceres.
So? There's more to life than work.
When we get to Ceres, we may never see each other again. It's not fair to either of us to get entangled.
I'll take my chances.
You're a man, and you think I'm the only woman available. You think you love me, but you wouldn't. Look, I'm not somebody you ought to know, Kevin.
I can handle
I
it.
shouldn't have teased you. I'm sorry. I'm lonely. I got weak.
I don't understand.
We're friends. And let's just leave it at that. I gotta go. I've got some training to do.
Ellen, wait.
Goodbye. Kevin, don't follow me.
Fastest goddamn shipboard romance I've ever been through.
Morning, Kevin. Say, how do you like bridge duty so far?
Yeah, it beats scrubbing the algae tanks.
True. Then why so glum? Ooh, is it that girl?
Yeah, Wiley. I can't get her out of my mind, but I haven't been able to be alone with her for weeks.
Persistence, old buddy. Persistence and propinquity. They get lonely too. Just Give it time.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah? Well, when we get to the belt, there'll be plenty. One behind every tree.
I don't want plenty of girls.
Whoa, now that sounds serious.
Mr. Ralston, you are relieved.
Thank you, First Officer Seymour. Later, Kevin.
You've got an easy gig for your last day aboard Growthera, Mr. Senecal. Just keep me and Captain Grainer company while we find the Ceres beacon and calculate the rendezvous burn.
I don't know. Making coffee in freefall isn't the easiest job I've ever done.
Oh, please. Calling this sludge coffee does coffee a gross disservice.
At ease.
Beacon acquisition sequence ready? The captain is programming the radar antenna to search for the beacon.
Indeed I am. And here goes. What the devil? I'm not getting anything.
Well, that's not right.
It's like the antenna isn't working. Number one, suit up and tell me why.
I've got my hat.
Warning. Computer shut down. 10 seconds.
The hell you say? Damn it, Leslie. It says power interrupt. Mr. Carnell, computer problems. On the bounce.
Aye, aye, Captain.
What goes through the computer?
Everything. And without it, we can't rendezvous with Ceres.
It says that the regulated power's been cut off, Skipper.
Regulated power? How the hell?
I'll go down to the electronics bay and check it.
Sir, I thought we got power from the reactor.
We do. But there's no problem with the main power system. Life support, lights, just the guidance computer, which uses super clean, super stable, no glitches, regulated power.
The antenna is gone, Skipper.
Gone? What do you mean gone? Damaged?
Missing from the main gimbal out, like it was blasted off with explosives.
So, sabotage.
Aye.
We can use the telescope to navigate.
But we need the ephemerides data in the computer to calculate the course corrections necessary to reach Ceres.
And if we don't reach Ceres?
We slide on by on a free return orbit, out by Jupiter, and then back to Earth.
That sounds doable.
In 3 years' time.
If this tub will keep us alive that long. Present orbit takes us out to more than 3.5 AU before we head back toward Earth. Less than 10% of the sunlight we get down near Earth. Not much light for the ship's farm.
But I can see Ceres.
Sure, but how much burn and how long?
Well, that's just math.
I could eyeball it if we had unlimited fuel, but with the main comm antenna missing, we can't get vectors and rates from Ceres' nav beacons, and we need ephemerides, locations, masses, vectors for nearby bodies, which are in the guidance computer.
Captain,
Philippa, what's the word on the power supply?
somebody put about 50 grams of plastique in it. Messed it up good. Also racks 1, 2, and 12 of the guidance mainframe.
Damn! How long to jury rig a replacement?
3 to 4 days.
We'll be long past Ceres by then. Someone put a lot of thought into this. He's crippled the exact 2 systems to keep us from landing on Ceres without actually crippling the ship.
We can't even drop the cargo on Ceres.
And there may never be another ship out here again. Somebody's just damn near killed the entire asteroid mining business.
It can't just end like this.
No, this ain't a video drama, mister. But I'm open to suggestions.
Captain, we've got a saboteur aboard. We should figure out who it is before he does any more damage.
Do it. Seal off all vital systems. Lock people in their cabins if you have to.
On it, Skipper.
That still leaves our navigation problem. We need a powerful computer.
My cabin mate, Jacob Norstall, he has one. He uses it for wargaming.
We need something that can handle multivariable differential equations in real time. We need a setup like the one we lost. I've seen the specs of his big computer, and that's not...
That's not it. There are thousands of computers on board. Everyone has at least one in their pocket all the time.
What we need is a neural net.
He has a neural net.
He has one?
The whole ship is one. He has this game he likes to call Star Trek, and it uses the same differential equations that real spaceships use. He mirror calculated the mid-course correction you made last week for fun.
How?
The passenger's computers run pieces of the equation. His computer just coordinates all the calculations.
Philippa, go and fetch Norstall. And tell him to bring that toy of his. Be discreet. We don't want to start a panic. Set him up in the avionics shop and get him working.
Aye, Skipper.
Cynical. One question, and you must consider it deeply and objectively.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible, even remotely possible, that Northstow could be the one who sabotaged the ship? This is not a frivolous question, son!
It would be if you knew Jacob. Sure, he has the brains to do it, but he just couldn't.
For the right price, anyone could do it.
No, sir. A price implies money, and you use money to buy things. There's nothing Jacob Northstow wants to buy. From his point of view, he's living in heaven. He's a space flight freak. He loves technology. It's the world's biggest toy to him. It's his life. I don't think anyone could fake the enthusiasm that Jacob has. Seriously. Also, because of his health, he can't really live on Earth anymore.
Fine. Your belief in your roommate is touching and convincing, and I don't really have a choice.
Northstall's ready, Captain. He's about to start taking star sights to align the ship's inertial reference platform.
Very good.
Respectfully, Captain, we ought to do an inspection of the main telescope before we power it up. It could be booby-trapped, too.
Good idea, Seymour. Kevin, go EVA and check out the big telescope at frame 1000 for anything out of the ordinary.
Sure. Aye, Captain.
And we ought to organize all the passengers and crews and set them to watching each other.
We should have thought of that earlier, Captain. No offense.
None taken. I wasn't expecting to be frickin' Bull Halsey. I'm just a retired ESA astro.
Kevin, take a partner.
Someone you're sure isn't the saboteur.
Will do. Captain. Ellen, I've been ordered to do an EVA. You're my number 2, okay?
Of course.
Airlock 5.
On my way.
Who did you call?
Ellen McMillan. We've worked together in other areas of the ship, and I know she can handle herself outside.
Yes, I heard about your trouble getting aboard Wayfarer.
But, Skipper, we can't let her go outside.
Huh? Why?
Can you think of any way to stop her?
What?
I guess not. Go ahead, Mr. Senecal. Hey, you can't just barge in here.
You're that lawyer, Martin Pacifico. What in the devil are you doing on my bridge?
I represent the passengers. We know the main computer is out, and you're going to attempt a rendezvous with Ceres anyway.
Who told you?
It's all over the ship, isn't it?
What do you want, Pacifico?
The passengers would like to be consulted before you do a dangerous maneuver like this. Isn't it true that if you do nothing, we'll go back to Earth, but if you try for Ceres and miss, we'll run out of fuel?
True enough, and completely irrelevant. Now get off my bridge before I have you thrown off.
I'm going, but you haven't heard the last of this. Griner, you're...
Checklist complete. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Outer airlock door, close.
We're about 10 meters from the telescope. Would you look at this view? I could stay out here for the rest of the trip.
Kevin, quit mooning. Hook up your safety line. One slip and you'll drift away forever. We can't come fetch you.
Okay. Hooked up.
Telescope's dead ahead of you. Get closer. Okay, run your light down the barrel of the scope.
Wait, what's that?
That doesn't belong there.
Looks like a coffee can taped to the telescope barrel.
Not a can, that's a bomb.
Are you sure?
Duct tape is not a mil-spec Spacecraft construction material. I'm gonna remove it.
Well, it could go off when you move it. Get away from it.
That's my job. Move back.
I don't know what your job is, but I'm pretty sure it's not bomb disposal. So,
I really don't have a job. I'm broke, but I need to get to Ceres to work.
listen, my mom was on welfare. I've been poor, and you ain't it. The captain acts funny around you. You give orders to random people like you expect to be obeyed.
Get away from that. Somebody's got to tell them what happens if this goes pear-shaped.
They'll see. I spy 3 video pickups from here without turning my head. Okay, I'm pulling up the end of the overlapping tape.
Stubborn idiot.
No worse than you are. There, it's free.
So now what?
A nice firm shove, and away it goes into space. Now, what did you mean this is my job?
I get talkative when I'm scared. Kevin, please, forget it.
Outside party. This is First Officer Seymour.
We're here. We found a bomb. At least we think it was a bomb, strapped on the telescope.
I wonder when it was put there. I looked at the telescope when I checked the antenna. I'm sure I would have seen anything.
I don't know, but it was there. We threw it away from the ship.
Good. That's not what I called about. We have 2 passengers missing. George Lang.
What?
And Pacifico.
George? He couldn't possibly have sabotaged the ship.
Yeah, which means he probably ran across whoever did.
We start the final burn in 12 minutes. Get back inside.
We're on our way.
Roger. Seymour out.
EVA crew out.
Senecal out. Ow! You trying to crack my head open?
Do you have any kind of weapon?
Only the knife in my tool belt.
Wish we had a pistol.
But there are no guns on the ship at all.
How do you know that?
They're forbidden. Ship's regulations.
Right. Kevin, I'm worried.
About Pacifico? He's a big-mouth lawyer. He wouldn't...
Wouldn't he?
He's an ambulance chaser.
He seems to be, but if Lang is missing, someone killed him.
How can we be sure it wasn't Lang who planted the bomb?
Trust me, I'm sure. Burn is in 10 minutes. There could be more sabotage. Maybe we could stop them? You stay here and watch the port side of the ship. I'll go watch the starboard.
Who would sabotage the ship?
EVA crew, burn is in 2 minutes. Secure yourselves where you are. We're adjusting the ship's attitude. Stand clear of thrusters.
Roger that.
Kevin, there's someone out here with us. I saw his shadow.
Good Lord. Main drive burn in 1 minute, and we can't delay it.
I know. I'm going after him. Kevin, get inside.
Stop giving me orders. Ellen, what's your position?
Captain, start the engine and I'll puncture this tank. Don't think I won't.
Pacifico, why do you want to keep us from getting to Ceres?
I don't. I want to go to Ceres, but we can't. Fatso can't run the ship with his toy computers. You have no right to risk our lives this way. We need to go back to Earth.
If you puncture the tanks, you'll kill us all.
No, I won't. I heard the captain. We'll just automatically orbit back to Earth.
Thrust vector set. Main drive burn in 30 seconds.
Ellen!
I see you. I think he's straight ahead of you.
Stay away from me.
I've got him. On your aft, clockwise, 60 degrees.
I see him. Mr. Seymour, she's fighting him.
Burn imminent. Can you make the airlock?
Afraid not. Maybe we can hold Kevin.
They're off the hull. They're both off the hull into space.
My God, help!
Burn in 15 seconds.
You can't. It's inhuman. You'll kill us all.
10.
Hooked on.
No, don't.
I'm coming to grab you. Get ready. And here goes.
Kill yourself.
3.
Hang on to me.
2.
You can't do this.
1.
Ah!
I muted his comm.
Oh, thank God. The line held.
And you held me. I think we can start ratcheting in your safety line.
How can you be so damn calm?
First officer, can you open Pacifico's comm? I have a question for him.
Captain? Okay, here goes.
You can't leave me to die in space.
Pacifico, who hired you to sabotage the ship?
I did it. I won it. I'm innocent. Come back for me. I can still see you.
I'm sorry, Pacifico. I genuinely am, but we can't. This isn't a cruise ship, and we don't have the fuel.
This is outrage. I am a lawyer. You can't just leave me
Computer,
out here. Please,
mute
please, you have
inputs
to.
on this
You have to come
frequency
get- please come
until
back
further
here. Please.
notice. Et Deus miseratur anima tua.
You're staring at Earth again, Aeneas.
All those cities, how fragile they are.
Incoming message from Ceres.
Is she safe?
How is it signed?
Hot lips.
Thank God.
Message continues. Destination reached. Package is safe. Encountered difficulties twice. Asset B missing. Presumed destroyed.
They made it to Ceres and the cargo is safe.
But Lori Jo, someone tried to kill her, at least twice. Someone knows. I underestimated the danger.
She knew the risks, Aeneas, and who else could we trust?
It was a stupid plan. I never should have let her go.
Could you have stopped her? You couldn't have stopped me when I was her age.
You're right about that. I'm afraid for her.
And I am proud of her.
Always. We hadn't expected trouble before we got to Ceres. They need that cargo as much as we do, and
You're taking this personally.
How could it be otherwise?
And you're making mistakes because of that. Someone wanted to stop Wayfarer from reaching Ceres. Maybe it was Pacifico. Have you asked for his dossier?
Presently. Not yet.
Whoever it was didn't want Wayfarer to get near Ceres. We hadn't expected that.
So, there are others working in the belt. Who are they? And what do they want?
That's the man I fell in love with.
Likely 2 sets of enemies. Maybe more.
They'll keep trying, but they won't have many allies in the belt.
If George Lang is dead, she won't have his help.
Miss Hansen, Valkyrie will be ready for departure in 15 hours. 120 days to arrival at Ceres, minimum time trajectory.
I'll go to Ceres.
No, Aeneas. I lost you for 16 years once. I won't lose you again.
Who else? Who can we trust? Our son, of course.
I won't risk both heirs. We shouldn't have risked her.
So, by process of elimination, it's me. You can manage the finances.
Aeneas, you're the base commander.
A role Kit Penrose can fill as well.
No one else?
No, not for this, Laurie Joe.
I love you.
I will come back. I always have.
One day you won't.
Enter, Monsieur Donnelly.
Morning, Monsieur Stoire. The Wayfarer has arrived, cargo intact.
Excellent. So why do I sense a butt coming?
Someone tried to prevent the ship from landing. Took out the high gain antenna and the nav computer.
A saboteur?
Bombs don't plant themselves.
Computer, I want dossiers on all passengers arriving aboard Wayfarer. Highest priority request to Zurich headquarters.
Acknowledged.
This was close, boss. If we didn't have the Wayfarer's cargo, we wouldn't have been able to.
I'm well aware of the consequences, Mr. Donnelly. Suspects. Computer, call up the Wayfarer passenger and crew manifest.
Available. Prioritized list.
Let's see. Pacifico Martin, he's a lawyer. Started a ruckus when the crew found out they might not be able to land.
It is unlikely he's the saboteur. His behavior reeks of fear. Next.
Norsedal Jacob, computer specialist. To be supervisor, computer operations for Interplanet.
Some for sure. I'm the only supervisor we need.
You think Zurich suspects something?
I wouldn't rule it out. We must watch this Nostal closely. Next.
Macmillan Ellen, engineer, no employer listed.
Probably a prostitute. Definitely not a saboteur, but she may have her uses. Computer, display a photo of Ellen Macmillan.
Oh, she is certainly a looker, boss. High priced.
Yes. But more than that, she looks familiar.
You've seen her before?
No. She reminds me of someone. Someone I don't like.
What do we do?
We proceed as planned.
Yes, sir.
Mais avec prudence. Ellen Macmillan. Qui êtes-vous? Who are you? You'll be Senecal?
Kevin Senecal, reporting for duty.
I'm John Elliott, senior man for Daedalus out here.
Yes, Mr. Elliott.
Call me Johnny. We'll either be friends or you'll end up hating me, but either way, it works better if we use first names.
I'm Kevin.
I know that. I can read. Did you get along all right with Lang?
Yes, sir.
Not too bad about him. What happened?
Nobody knows. He just up and vanished.
There's stuff missing too?
No, Captain Granier has it.
We'll collect it and the field workers. Come along. Hey, get your hat. Didn't
My
anybody
hat?
teach you that?
Hat? What do you...
Your helmet. Didn't they teach you the first rule? Never go anywhere without your helmet. We don't have many blowouts on Ceres, but it only takes one to kill you if you don't have a hat with you.
Got it. And my tool belt.
Good. You might live through the week yet. Now, let's go find our workmen. They'll be at Fat Jack's. Everyone winds up there. Surprised you didn't.
I was hoping someone could show me where I'm staying.
Hell, you're not staying on Ceres. Lang didn't tell you what to be working on?
No, sir. I asked once, but he said I'd find out in due time.
I liked lying. But everyone in Ceres knows what we're up to. Hell, it's the purpose of the whole operation.
And what is that?
About 1,000 kilometers overhead, there's a rock a couple of 100 meters in diameter. It's an MBA.
A what?
Main belt asteroid. That's a Trojan.
Beg pardon?
You need to learn more about orbital mechanics and less about sex ed. It sits at one of Ceres' Trojan orbit positions.
Oh.
It's mostly nickel iron. We call it C4. Our workmen are hollowing it out and putting in life support systems.
I heard about this, and we ride it back to Earth.
Well, not us. The minerals belong to Interplanet. Rumor has it that Monsieur Henri himself will be going back on it. It's a straight shot to Earth's orbit.
Straight shot, not like these corridors.
I know the layout's confusing, but you'll learn where everything is. Haven't lost anyone yet. And here we are. Welcome to Fat Jack's, best bar on Ceres. Also the only bar on Ceres. I'll go round up our people.
Hey, Kevin, over here.
Hi, Ellen.
Hey, Kevin, you know Bill Dykes?
Yeah, we know each other. So you'll be working up on C4?
How did you know?
It's no secret what Daedalus is doing. I need a drink. What about you, Ellie?
Sure, thanks.
I'll be right back.
My schedule is loaded. It'll be a while before I can accrue some recreation visits. Where will you be staying?
I'll be staying with Bill.
But, damn it. He's old enough to be your father.
Kevin.
No, I get it. He can pay you more than I can.
It's none of your damn business. You don't own me. You have no right to make judgments.
No, I don't suppose I do. I thought we were friends.
You're my friend. You sure have a funny way of showing it.
Trouble, Ellie?
If you see Elliot, tell him I'm outside.
Well, hell, this is the drag. Let's go throw our own party.
All right. Just a sec, honey. I'll catch up. Kevin.
Ellen?
I know you don't understand, but ignore me. Trust me. Make everyone think you hate me.
Won't be hard.
I've got our people, Kevin. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
I don't look so glum. There are lots of girls up here just like her.
After 4 weeks on C4, getting shore leave would sure suck if I couldn't get a ride, Mr. Donnelly.
It's my job. I am the best scooter pilot on Ceres, after all. Hey, are you listening to me?
Sorry.
It's okay. I know what you need. I was just going to get some myself. Want to come with me? I know a good house.
No thanks.
Suit yourself. Liftoff is in 34 hours. Meet you there.
Kevin, my erstwhile partner. What ho?
Hi, Jacob. I went directly to C4. I was only here a couple of hours.
I'd wager 3 gold pieces that the brews of C4 are even less drinkable than the reconstituted slime they serve here. I know a good place. Real steaks.
Real steaks?
It's I then. Follow me.
Where are we going? There's no one down here.
Shortcut. Don thy helmet. We're venturing outside. No radio.
But why?
Trust me not. 'Tis of great import.
All right.
We have arrived.
In a cave.
Portable bubble hut further inside.
Hiya, boys.
Oh. Hello, Ellen.
I don't think anyone saw us leave, but I gotta be back soon.
You're being watched? What's going on?
I wanted to keep you out of this, Kevin, but I can't. Will you help me?
Not until you tell me what this is all about. And maybe not even then.
It's such a long story. I didn't come here as a tourist, nor an engineer, nor a prostitute.
I never thought that.
That's sweet, but everyone else does, I hope. I work for Hansen Enterprises. They have a contract for all the super heavy elements mined on the belt.
Okay, that's not a secret.
Ceres would have been part of the core of a fifth planet if Jupiter hadn't disrupted it. So it has some that you would only find in a planetary core.
We found some naturally occurring elements in the Isle of Stability, especially one called Arthurium.
Okay, that's not in the trade journals.
Our scientists think it's the key to unlocking cheap, easy fusion power, if we can get enough. Preliminary modeling projected Ceres should contain thousands of kilograms of Arthurium.
But the manager here, Henri Stoire, reported only a few grams had been extracted.
Our geologists flagged this as highly suspect.
The value of the missing Arthurium may be billions of Swiss francs.
Or more.
So why do you need me? You have Bill Dykes at your beck and call, don't you?
Kev, Dykes works for Hansen, has for years.
I asked to stay with him because I was afraid someone here might suspect me, and I didn't want anyone else to get hurt, especially you.
We're sure they killed George Lang.
Jacob, how do you fit in all this?
I was hired by the Zurich office, and I'm supposed to report directly to them if I find anything wrong.
So you're already involved?
Zurich was not suspicious, but they wanted an independent check to make certain.
In the computer system, there's whole areas with duplicate logs, but different logs. Storer and his cronies thought they had them hidden. Amateurs.
Jacob has mirrors of both sets of files. We're about ready to move.
I need to get back. It's time for my shift in the computer center, and I'm still finding evidence.
Are you sure you can trust him?
With my life, with our lives. Henri Stoire requested dossiers on all the passengers aboard Wayfarer. Jacob saw them and figured out who I was from my resume and offered to help.
Well, if he could, so could Stoire.
I know. That's why I'm out here. Ever since we landed, there's been no communication between Ceres and Earth. Stoire says there's been an antenna pointing malfunction.
But Jacob says that's a lie?
Yeah.
And Jacob reports to you, so who are you?
I didn't want you to be in danger. If you knew.
All right.
All right.
Whatever you want. I'll give it to you. Whatever you want me to do, I will do. Because...
Don't say it. Don't say it. Not now.
Because I love you. Not because you're good looking, not because you talk to me, just because I do. And I'll do whatever you need me to do.
We can talk about this later, and we will. But right now,
What do you need?
I need to get a message to the moon.
I could dig a parabola in the side of Ceres for you. Would that help?
All I need is a Yagi aerial. It and this shelter were part of the cargo on the Wayfarer. The antenna was mislabeled as a latrine, but that might not fool Stoire, and Bill thinks they've been watching him.
Then Jacob is probably under suspicion too, since he's a computer expert.
He's probably more suspicious of Jacob. He's been keeping at least 2 sets of books.
But Stoire probably doesn't know about me.
I hope not, since we broke up as soon as the Wayfarer arrived. Bit of theater you can thank Bill Dykes for.
Don't rub it in. Okay, I'm not due back at C4 for another 35 hours. Let's go get your latrine. Oh, this stuff sure was heavy, even in low G.
It's like putting together an erector set.
Easier. I just thought it would be prettier.
I don't care what it looks like as long as it works.
Please, keep your hands where I can see them. These weapons are designed to work in a vacuum.
Who the hell are you?
This is Monsieur Stoire.
Bonjour. Monsieur Donnelly, please get your tool belt.
Yes, sir.
Hal Donnelly?
Hi, Kevin. Too bad. You should have come to the cat house with me.
Come along, s'il vous plaît. I'd rather not have to carry you.
So, you are behind the Arthurium theft.
I would not describe it as theft. Diversion, rather.
But why? Fusion power would help everyone on Earth.
I am not an altruist.
He has a lot of gambling debts, don't you, Stoire?
Malheureusement, it is my only vice. Have you any idea what a gram of Arthurium goes for?
Of course.
What's going on here?
Many things. Offsetting my own petty thefts.
Petty?
I have done you a signal service.
What service?
I'm tempted to present an invoice for services rendered. I ferreted out your saboteur. He was executed a few hours ago after a quick trial.
Who?
Wiley Ralston.
Wiley? How?
He was an agent of the so-called African bloc. They don't like the idea of competition from their cheap Earth labor. He admitted to killing George Lang and trying to kill the two of you before you boarded Wayfarer.
But suppose they have other agents. If they were to stop C4 departing on schedule, we would be left with nothing.
Why?
Stay calm, Kevin.
On the other hand, you are worth a great deal of money. What would your mother and father pay to get you back safe? Our scheme is well-founded, but we all know there are no perfect plans, eh, Al?
I wouldn't know, sir.
It would take no great effort to have her hidden away, ready to produce when needed.
How did you find out?
When I first looked at your photograph, you reminded me of someone. It concerned me sufficiently that I made a careful study of your dossier. I discerned a few minor discrepancies. Minor, but telling.
Such as?
Excellent health, perfect teeth. Is that common for a foundling? An educational record of profound mediocrity, but certificates for advanced engineering skills? Most suspicious.
Can't cover everything.
But most of all, your face. Where had I seen it? And then, I remember. Many years ago, well, at least 30, your mother, Lori Jo Hansen.
You're Glenda Hansen McKenzie?
Guilty.
Down there. Take that trail.
That's a pretty steep trail.
Once I knew who you were, I was able to question your lover, Mr. Dykes. He was most uncooperative, right up to the end.
You killed him?
An unfortunate happenstance.
Bastards.
Calm down, son. Don't be a hero. I will shoot you.
But he was not security-minded. There was a mocked-up map in his quarters.
Follow that trail. Go slow.
We're almost to our scooter, conveniently parked. I can see the beacon lights of Ceres Station.
Where are you taking us?
C2. It was abandoned 3,000 hours ago. There's enough food, oxygen, and fuel cells there to last for years.
I'm sorry I got you into all this, Kevin. I guess I'm just an amateur.
And I'm a poor excuse for a hero, but I do love you.
And you said that before you knew who I was. That's important.
Oh, you're breaking my heart. Keep moving. Hey, watch your step. Ah!
Kevin, what are you doing?
Stop! What are you...
Being a knight!
Stop!
I've got his gun!
Have a nice trip, Hal. See you at the bottom.
Don't move, Stois.
You won't get away with this. I'll tell everyone you tried to blow up the station.
Won't work. I switched on the antenna. It's been transmitting everything we've been saying since you and Donnelly showed up.
You're bluffing.
Look towards the station. See those people riding towards us on scooters? Does that look like a bluff to you? You shut off the station's transmitter, but it receives just fine. Everyone on Ceres knows what you did.
All right, you win. Let's make a deal.
You're in no position to bargain.
Am I not? I rigged C4 to explode and put it on a dead man timer. All of that gold, osurium, and everything else scattered across the sky unless I input a code every 6 hours.
Oh, now who's bluffing?
He's not bluffing, Kevin. He's serious. All right, Stois, what do you want?
Bien. It is so refreshing to deal with a pragmatic personality. The space industries are afflicted with too many romantics.
Here's to fusion bombs. They look so beautiful when used for peaceful purposes.
Here, here. C4 is on its way with Glenda and Kevin installed in the grand bridal suite. I'm surprised you didn't go up with them, Jacob.
Three's a crowd, Mr. Mackenzie, especially on a honeymoon. Here's to matrimony. Long may I avoid it.
I will have to dissent, but I will drink with you. Ingenious man, my new son-in-law.
A hot head, but a cool hand at the narrow passage. But what will happen to Stoir?
We'll pay his debts and send him home. I doubt he'll stay away from the gaming tables long.
It's a shame he gets off so easily.
Has he? His final balance sheet hasn't been rung up yet.
Bill.
Bill Dykes was a good friend. I'd like to have taken blood price for Bill out of Stoir's hide, but I doubt Bill would have wanted to pay the price for his vengeance. Losing the future he had worked for so long.
Yep. Stoir really had C4 rigged to blow itself to atoms. No bluff.
Glenda made the only deal possible. Civilization advances, but Sometimes we pay 30 pieces of silver for the toll.
His karma will get him, eventually. Will you be staying long?
No, I'm taking the Arthurium back to Luna in the Valkyrie. Our fusion people would like to have a demo reactor up and running by the time the kids arrive.
In 403 days.
A long trip. Lori Jo and I once had 60 days all to ourselves.
I doubt they'll notice.
Thank you very much. Tonight's performance was produced by William Allen Rich and Robert Drake. Rory Rammer's Space Marshal, The Return of Dr Marceau was written by Ron N. Butler and directed by William Allen Rich. Exiles to Glory is based on the novel by Jerry Pournelle and adapted for audio by James Palmer with assistance from William Allen Rich and Ron N. Butler. Both performances were directed by William Allen Rich. Featured in the cast were the voices of Robert Drake, David Benedict, Jack Mayfield, Madison Martin, Alton Leonard, Adam Ross, Rivka Levine, Gan Monroe, Chris Jones, Kaylin Hurley, Rayan Jamil, DeMarco Williams, Stephen Miller, Fiona Leonard, Denny Holmes, Lillian Turner, Alice Lee, B.J. Copeland, Trudy Leonard, and Kaylee Graziato. Audio engineering by Robert Drake. The floor manager was Kaylee Graziato. Live Foley sound effects created by Alice Lee, Lillian Turner, Kaylin Hurley, and Demery Borland. Music by Alton Leonard. Lighting by Lillian Turner. Video recording by Brian E. Smith. Additional assistance was also provided by Rayan Jamil. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed tonight's performance, head on over to artc.org for the best in modern original audio drama, including our daily audio drama podcast, Mercury, A Broadcast of Hope. Today is day 1356. We would like to thank the Academy Theater for the use of this space and production assistance, and we would also like to thank LibertyCon for having us perform for you again this year. We are the Atlanta Radio Theater Company. I am your announcer, David Benedict, reminding you that there is adventure in sound.